Borderlands is one of the biggest video game franchises in history. The original game, first released in 2009, has spawned 2 sequels, a pre-sequel, multiple spin-offs, a comic origin series, and there's even a movie on the way. What it hasn't had, at least until now, is a series where I, revealing too much, pick it apart and see what makes it tick. Because there are a lot of games, but not a lot that have the staying power of Borderlands. So that must mean they're doing something right, and as I was thinking about what I wanted to do next for my YouTube channel, I thought it might be fun to explore the Borderlands.
All right, back there, time to wake up. It's a beautiful day, full of opportunity.
In this series, and I expect it to take me quite some time to get all the way through this, I'm going to play through all of the Borderlands games and figure out what makes it all work. I'm doing this because I'm genuinely curious. What exactly is it about Borderlands that's made it last for almost 20 years already? Maybe the answer is just that the games are fun to play, but I'm going to say up front as a thesis that I don't think that's it. At least, I don't think that could be all of it. Plenty of games are fun. Plenty of games haven't had their own movie, so there's gotta be something else. With that in mind, I'm not going to be touching much of the gameplay. I won't be telling you what kind of build you need or what guns you have to find. Other people have done those videos and done them so much better than I could possibly do. And honestly, at this point, most of these games are at a fixed point, right? So any of those older videos about best builds or what to find, they're probably still relevant. Instead, we're going to poke at the heart of the Borderlands. I'm going to play the game and report to you what I learn about the story, the characters, the world, honestly, anything that's related to the narrative of the game. And the first piece that caught my eye, thankfully, was the first mission. The game's opening is iconic.
So, you want to hear a story, huh? One about treasure hunters. Have I got a story for you?
A principal theory in storytelling is that the opening scene of any story should set the stage for what's to come. Interestingly, Borderlands doesn't do this with its art style. What they show us in the beginning isn't the fast, frenetic style of the rest of the game. But it does set the tone for the game, and it sets the story in motion.
The legend of the vault.
You, the player, are hunting for treasure beyond your wildest imagination. There's only one small issue. You don't really know what or where it is. From there, you pick your character and you get dropped off at your destination. Or rather, you get dropped off at a destination. What we're probably going to find is that it's nowhere near where we're going to end up, because that would be a journey.
It is here on Pandora, and let's call it a guardian angel, appeared to guide the vault hunters to their prize. The tale begins right here on Pandora with the brave vault hunters, the guardian angel, and most importantly, me.
The title of this very first mission, Fresh Off the Bus, by the way, is meant to evoke some feeling. My guess is that it's probably a reference to a phrase that eventually became the title of a hit sitcom. But in doing some research for this episode, I learned that the phrase can have some pretty negative connotations. So instead of zeroing in on the phrase, let's talk about what it can mean. You, the player, the main character, are a fish out of water. You're a stranger dropped into a strange land. This trope is a pretty classic storytelling device that helps get viewers, or readers, or in this case, players, oriented in a story by making their point of view the same as a character who is also just experiencing all of this for the first time. The word trope, by the way, tends to have a pretty negative connotation, but that really just isn't true. Storytelling devices exist because they work. And as long as the storytelling device or trope or whatever you want to call it doesn't pull you out of the story and make you notice it, then it's doing its job. In this type of story, everyone else knows what's going on, but the character we align with is learning at the same time we are. Think of any story where the protagonist is just starting their first day at a new high school and has to learn how to navigate the social hierarchies by making friends with people who already know the rules. Or maybe a story where a hero just discovers that they have powers and they're sent off to someplace to learn how to control them. Or a story set on another planet, and the planet can be real or imaginary, but the main character learns the rules of that world from people who have already been there. The point is, just about every story you've ever been told has a character that you're supposed to align with. A character that is put there, at least in some small way, to represent you. That character, in a first-person shooter, is clearly the first person that we are taking the role of. And our character is just as much new to this as we are, and so, as they learn the rules of this place we've been unceremoniously dumped, so do we. That sounds an awful lot like a tutorial, doesn't it? That, in too many words, is the opening of Borderlands. In a matter of a few cutscenes, we learn where we are, what we're after, and even what it's going to take to get there. They've set the stage now. The only thing left is for the rest of the game to live up to the promise of the premise. And as a person who's taking on a project this daunting to go all the way through a series that people love an awful lot, I think I understand what that feels like. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss episode 2.